chosen one, something is shifting in the atmosphere around you. You can feel it in the stillness of the air, in the quiet way people have started to act differently, in how your heart keeps beating faster when there's no reason to be afraid. That's because the next season of your life isn't about comfort, it's about revelation. The universe is about to test your spirit, not to destroy it, but to show you what you're truly made of. You've been prepared for this moment through every storm, every loss, every sleepless night. The pain you endured wasn't random, it was training. What's coming won't break you, it will confirm your strength. Before we go deeper, stay with this message until the end. What you're about to hear carries frequency, alignment, and truth meant only for those ready to awaken. Comment your warmest wishes and 777 below to declare your readiness. To align your spirit with peace, abundance, and divine guidance, let that number become your signal to the universe that you are open to receive what is yours, that you are ready for your blessings to unfold, and that your heart is free of resistance. Speak through your energy, not fear, because in this next season your words will shape your world. The next season won't look familiar. The people who once supported you may grow silent. Doors that opened easily before may suddenly resist. Opportunities may come wrapped in confusion, but this is not punishment, it's refinement. The universe is testing your ability to trust unseen paths. You are being guided through a series of situations designed to reveal your true endurance. It's one thing to believe when everything flows. It's another to believe when everything feels frozen. The universe doesn't test what is weak, it tests what is ready for expansion. You're about to expand beyond what you thought possible. There will be moments when you question why things feel harder, heavier, quieter. But understand this, silence is where your strength grows. You're being separated from distractions, from noise, from false voices that could distort your direction. The next season is calling you inward, into solitude, where only truth survives. Many won't understand your distance, your sudden disinterest in things that used to excite you. That's because your spirit is entering a deeper dimension, and superficial energy can't exist there. You are being pulled closer to purpose, stripped of anything that doesn't belong to your destiny. This test won't be loud, it won't come through chaos alone, it will come through subtle shifts that challenge your patience, your character, and your faith. People will disappoint you, plans will fall apart, timing will feel unfair. But you must not panic. Every delay is divine design, every closed door is redirection. You may feel like you're walking through fog, but what you don't see is that your steps are being guided by light. The test isn't about whether you can win, it's about whether you can trust while waiting. You've already been through battles that would have broken others. Yet here you stand, still searching for meaning, still carrying love in your heart despite everything. That alone is proof of your resilience, as you've been forged through fire before. This next season will only polish what remains. The universe is preparing to promote you, but promotion always requires purification. You can't take old fears into new chapters. You can't carry old versions of yourself into divine territory. That's why you feel like you're shedding everything. People, habits, even emotions. It's spiritual molting, it's uncomfortable, but it's sacred. There will be times when the path seems unfair, when blessings seem delayed. You'll look at others and wonder why their life looks easier, why their doors opened faster. But remember, your path is not ordinary. You are not here for instant success. You are here for eternal purpose. The universe doesn't give greatness to the impatient. It gives it to those who can stand alone, walk through confusion, and still believe. That's what this season demands from you. Faith without evidence, love without expectation, peace without answers. People will come and go during this time. Some will drift away quietly. Others will leave through conflict. Don't chase any of them. If they were meant to stay, nothing could pull them away. If they left, it's because their energy could no longer match your frequency. Your rise intimidates the unhealed. They'll misunderstand your silence, misjudge your purpose, maybe even speak against you. But none of it matters. You're not here to prove your purity, you're here to live it. The universe has been observing your patience in pain, your kindness in chaos, your forgiveness in betrayal. That's why the next season begins with a test, to see if you'll remain grounded when the world shakes again. There will be divine interruptions. Plans you thought were perfect will crumble. Relationships you thought were solid will dissolve. What once gave you identity will lose meaning. But this collapse isn't a curse, it's construction. The universe is rearranging your foundation, ensuring that the next version of you is unshakable. You're not losing yourself. You're uncovering who you've always been beneath fear, doubt, and external noise. You'll find that things once important to you start to fade. Conversations that once excited you will feel shallow. People who once validated you will no longer interest you. That's because your spirit is awakening to higher truth. You are shifting from external validation to internal knowing. This next season demands emotional maturity, learning to walk in faith when logic screams stop, learning to love without attachment, learning to surrender without losing hope. The tests will come in unexpected ways. You may face isolation, financial delay, emotional exhaustion. You may feel like everything is slipping through your hands. But when everything is slipping, it means you're being forced to stop clinging. You're learning to flow, to let go, to trust that if something is leaving, it's making room for something purer, stronger, and more aligned. This is the sacred undoing, the moment before the breakthrough. Remember this, every chosen soul walks through seasons of silence before manifestation. The quiet is not absence, it's alignment. The universe speaks softly during preparation because distractions must die before destiny can live. Your job now is not to control, it's to align. Don't beg, don't chase, don't force. Flow. The universe is not punishing you, it's pruning you. The fruits that come after this season will feed generations of your purpose. When your spirit is tested, the easiest thing to lose is hope. But hope is the breath of your soul. Keep it alive even when logic fails. Keep believing even when everything feels delayed. Because the greatest miracles are hidden in the deepest waiting. This next chapter will not destroy you. It will reveal that you were never fragile to begin with. You are being shaped into someone who cannot be shaken, someone whose peace cannot be stolen, whose joy cannot be manipulated, and whose love cannot be faked. So don't fear the test. Welcome it. Embrace the unknown as proof that the universe still believes in your strength. Every chosen spirit faces fire before rising. You are no exception, and that's what makes your journey divine. The test will refine you, but it will not break you. The silence will stretch you, but it will not crush you. You will emerge not just stronger, but wiser, purer, and more aligned with everything you were meant to be. This is your spiritual trial, but remember, trials end. And when this one does, you'll look back and realize the test didn't come to hurt you. It came to reveal that you were the answer all along. The air around you feels heavier now. You can sense the weight of change pressing closer, as if the universe itself is observing your every reaction. This is where the real test begins, not in the chaos outside, but in the stillness within. It's not about what's happening to you, but about what's awakening inside you. The next season doesn't ask you to fight, it asks you to endure, to breathe when everything feels tight, to trust when every sign says surrender, and to love when bitterness tries to take root in your heart. You'll begin to notice how life starts rearranging itself without your permission. The people you thought would stay begin to drift away. The opportunities you counted on suddenly vanish. The plans you thought were certain begin to dissolve like smoke. And your first instinct will be panic. Your mind will whisper that you're losing control, that everything is falling apart. But what's truly happening is alignment. You're not losing, you're being repositioned. Every delay, every detour, every moment of silence is a part of divine choreography, setting the stage for something you can't yet see. The test of your spirit is not measured by how well you perform under pressure. It's measured by how deeply you trust in the unseen. There will be days when your prayers feel unanswered, when your efforts yield no results, when every step forward seems followed by 2 steps back. Those are the days that forge unshakable faith. The universe wants to see if you'll keep walking when there's no evidence of progress. It's easy to smile when blessings flow, but your strength is proven in the drought. This is where the chosen learn endurance, the kind that cannot be broken, even in the dark. You will feel isolated, but you're not abandoned. You are being separated to be sanctified, to be refined into something that cannot be diluted by noise or doubt. The next season strips away the temporary so that the eternal can emerge. You'll start recognizing who and what was never truly meant for you. The attachments you thought were love will fall apart, the distractions you called comfort will disappear, and the illusions you depended on will fade. It's painful, yes, but liberation always begins with loss. You're shedding not people, but patterns, not comfort, but limitation. In this process, your spirit will start speaking louder than your logic. You'll feel impulses that don't make sense, intuitive nudges that pull you towards strange directions, inner knowing that defies reason. Trust it. That's divine communication. The universe is guiding you through vibration, not explanation. The more you overthink, the heavier the test becomes. But when you surrender, when you stop forcing outcomes and allow things to unfold, you align with your highest timeline. This is not the season to control, it's the season to surrender and trust that what's meant for you will never require chasing. You may notice an emptiness in your chest, a strange stillness that feels almost unbearable. That emptiness is not a void, it's space being created for the new. You've outgrown everything that once defined you. Old identities, old dreams, old roles, they no longer fit your evolution. This stage feels like death because a part of you is dying. But death in spiritual language means transformation. You're not ending, you're transitioning. The person you were is dissolving so that the version meant to lead your next chapter can emerge without resistance. In the stillness, you'll start to hear the truth you once drowned out. You'll remember the moments when your intuition whispered, "This isn't right," but you stayed anyway. You'll recall the opportunities you ignored because of fear. You'll see how your comfort once disguised your cages. But now your awareness won't allow you to go backward. You've seen too much, felt too deeply, evolved too far. The universe is testing whether you'll settle for familiarity or walk boldly into purpose, even if it means walking alone for a while. During this season, isolation becomes instruction. Solitude becomes your teacher. Every tear will carry revelation. You'll begin to understand that strength isn't about resistance, it's about surrendering gracefully to divine flow. You're being reminded that peace doesn't come from perfect circumstances, it comes from trust. And the more you trust, the less fear can manipulate you. The test of your spirit is never about the external, it's always about what you allow to live within. If fear wins, you pause. If faith wins, you rise. Soon you'll start to sense small shifts, synchronicities, repeated numbers, moments that feel like déjà vu. These are confirmations that you're aligned. The universe doesn't speak through coincidence, it speaks through pattern. When things begin to feel strangely connected, don't question it, receive it. These are signs that the test is nearing completion. The light you thought you lost is returning stronger than before. You've been walking through fire, but now the fire recognizes you. It can no longer burn you, it refines you. You will wake up one morning with peace that makes no sense. That's how you'll know you've passed the test. The chaos outside will still exist, but it won't touch your soul anymore. You'll stop reacting, stop fearing, stop begging for clarity. Instead, you'll rest in knowing that everything truly happens for your highest good. You'll move slower, speak softer, and love deeper. You'll no longer be driven by desperation, but by divine calm. That calm is your reward. It's proof that the storm no longer owns you. So hold on a little longer. The universe isn't done with you, it's polishing you. The pressure you feel now is the proof that greatness is forming inside you. Don't quit before you see the masterpiece emerge. What feels like resistance is actually divine hands shaping your destiny. Soon you'll look back on this season not with regret, but with gratitude, because you'll realize it wasn't testing you to punish you, it was preparing you for everything you once prayed for. The nights feel longer now, but something inside you has changed. You no longer tremble at the uncertainty, you've begun to find meaning in the silence. The noise of the world has faded, and what once terrified you has become your classroom. You start to realize that the universe doesn't test you through comfort, it teaches you through contrast. Every hardship, every loss, every unanswered question has been showing you what peace truly is by revealing what it isn't. The next season is not designed to destroy your spirit, it's meant to polish it until only truth remains. You will notice that your thoughts begin to slow down. The anxiety that used to wake you at night starts to lose its power. Your emotions no longer control you. Instead, you observe them. You begin to witness your fears rather than become them. That's the first sign that your spirit is stabilizing. You've stopped reacting from pain and started responding from wisdom. You've stopped begging the universe to change your circumstances and started asking it to change you instead. That's how transformation begins, not with miracles outside, but with clarity inside. This stage of your journey feels different. You used to chase signs, now you simply align. You used to demand answers, now you trust timing. The stillness that once felt suffocating now feels sacred. You start to realize that solitude isn't punishment, it's preparation. You're being fine-tuned for your purpose, strengthened in silence so that when your next calling arrives, you'll stand unshaken. The universe tests you in private before it blesses you in public. What's happening now isn't failure, it's calibration. You will face small triggers, old wounds reopened, memories resurfacing, familiar pains returning to test if you've really healed. But this time, your reaction will be different. You won't collapse into the same patterns. You won't chase after closure or explanations. You'll breathe through it, watch it rise and let it pass. That's mastery. The universe brings back old situations not to punish you but to measure your growth. If it no longer breaks you, you've already passed the test. In this part of the journey, your intuition will start to speak louder than your mind. You'll feel gentle pulls guiding you towards certain paths, people or ideas. It won't shout, it will whisper. Pay attention to those quiet urges. They are the divine compass that leads you home. You'll realize that the universe doesn't send confirmation before every leap. Sometimes it asks you to jump first, and only when you're in mid-air does the bridge appear. That's trust. The kind that only the tested can carry. There will be moments when nothing makes sense, and yet everything feels right. You'll catch yourself smiling for no reason, sensing that something greater is moving behind the scenes. You'll begin to appreciate the beauty of not knowing. That's where the magic of surrender lives. The need for control will dissolve, replaced by a deeper knowing that whatever happens is for your evolution. You'll stop asking, "Why me?" and start whispering, "Thank you," because you'll realize that without the test, you would have never met the strongest version of yourself. The people around you may start to sense your shift. Some will admire it, others will misunderstand it. You'll notice their discomfort when your peace no longer needs their approval. They'll try to remind you of who you used to be, but you'll no longer recognize that version. You've outgrown it. The universe doesn't test your faith without upgrading your identity. You're becoming the person you once prayed to be, disciplined, calm and grounded. Your emotions no longer own you, your wisdom does. You'll also see that the test wasn't meant to isolate you, it was meant to insulate you. To protect your growth from outside interference, you're now learning how to move differently. You speak less, but every word carries power. You act slower, but every move holds purpose. You no longer seek validation, you seek alignment. You understand now that not every opportunity is divine and not every open door leads to peace. Discernment becomes your new superpower. And as this transformation deepens, something miraculous begins to happen. You start to attract people who mirror your new vibration. Strangers who feel like home, opportunities that flow naturally, peace that doesn't depend on circumstances. That's how you know the test is nearing its end, when alignment starts replacing effort. What once required chasing now arrives effortlessly. You no longer manifest from desperation, you manifest from balance. Then one day you'll wake up and realize you're not waiting anymore. The season that once tested your spirit has now strengthened it. The things that once scared you now seem small. The silence that once haunted you has become your sanctuary. You'll understand that every delay had a divine reason. Every closed door had protection behind it. Every heartbreak had wisdom hidden inside it. The next season will not just test you, it will reveal you. You were never being punished, you were being purified. The universe never forgot your prayers. It was aligning your spirit with their answers. And now that alignment is complete, you're ready to walk into the next chapter, not as a survivor, but as the embodiment of grace, patience, and divine strength. You've reached the point where everything begins to make sense. The pieces that once felt scattered are falling into alignment. The confusion that haunted your nights has turned into clarity that glows quietly inside you. You don't feel the same anymore, and that's the proof that the test has worked. You've been transformed from within. This isn't the kind of victory that shouts. It's the kind that breathes peace. You no longer need to announce your healing because it radiates from your presence. People can sense it before you speak. That's how you know the universe has completed its lesson. You've become a living reflection of calm power. You look back now and realize that every loss was divine mercy in disguise. The people who left weren't meant to stay for the version of you that's emerging. The doors that closed weren't rejection, they were protection. Every unanswered prayer was an act of love. The universe heard your desires, but waited until your spirit could hold them without losing itself. You once thought everything was falling apart. Now you understand everything was falling into place. The test didn't change your path. It refined it. It taught you how to walk with grace, even when you didn't understand the ground beneath your feet. You are different now. The emotions that used to consume you no longer hold power. The triggers that once sent you spiraling now pass through like wind. You've learned the art of surrender, not as giving up, but as giving over. You've stopped trying to force timing, to manipulate outcomes, to rush growth. You've discovered that what's meant for you flows effortlessly, and what's not fades naturally. That realization alone brings a peace no one can steal from you. The universe was never against you. It was building resilience in silence. Now that your spirit has endured its testing, your energy begins to magnetize what aligns with your truth. People who speak life into you, opportunities that nurture your soul instead of draining it, environments that feel safe rather than competitive. This isn't luck, it's resonance. When you vibrate at the frequency of truth, only truth can approach you. The test purified your vibration. It taught you discernment disguised as disappointment. You can now sense authenticity like a sixth sense. You feel when something is wrong before it reveals itself. That sensitivity isn't weakness, it's divine awareness. As you move forward, you'll notice how light everything feels. The things that once burdened you no longer matter. The opinions, the comparisons, the expectations, they've lost their weight. You no longer live to prove anything, you live to be. You've mastered the greatest art of all, stillness in motion. You've learned that progress doesn't always mean movement. Sometimes it means resting in alignment and letting the universe unfold what it promised. You've become unshakable, not because life got easier, but because your peace stopped depending on it. There's a sacred power in this quiet stage. It's the space between what was and what's coming. You may not see the full picture yet, but your spirit knows something magnificent is approaching. That calm anticipation you feel is not imagination, it's recognition. Your soul has seen the future and already knows it's beautiful. The universe doesn't test without intention, and it never leaves a student unrewarded. The blessing you've been prepared for will arrive suddenly, and it will feel like déjà vu because deep down, you always knew it was meant for you. You'll begin to notice divine timing at work. Things you prayed for years ago will start showing up with perfect precision. Encounters that seem random will carry purpose. Words from strangers will echo exactly what you needed to hear. Everything will start flowing, not because life suddenly changed, but because you finally did. The test was never about proving your worth, it was about aligning your energy with what was already yours. Now that your spirit vibrates in harmony with truth, blessings have no choice but to find you. This stage is not about struggle anymore, it's about stewardship. The universe will trust you with more because you've proven that you can hold more without losing balance. The peace you've earned will protect everything you build next. The people who enter your life now will feel different, gentler, wiser, honest. You won't have to question their motives because your intuition will reveal everything. You're stepping into a life that mirrors your healing. Nothing chaotic can stay where calm has been cultivated. You may never fully understand why things unfolded the way they did, but you'll be grateful for every unseen intervention. The test you once feared became the bridge to your transformation. The silence that felt endless became your sanctuary. You are not the same soul who started this journey. You are stronger, softer, wiser, freer. And as you walk forward, you do so with quiet confidence, knowing that you can face anything because you've already faced yourself. The universe is smiling on you now, whispering softly that it's time. Time to rise without hesitation. Time to walk in peace without needing permission. Time to live without fear of losing what's real. You've passed the test. The storm has cleared. The next season is not about endurance, it's about enjoyment. You've earned your calm, your clarity, your elevation. Everything ahead will make sense, not because the world changed, but because you finally became who you were meant to be. There comes a moment after every test when the air feels lighter, when you finally realize the storm was never there to destroy you, it was there to shape you. You stand now at the threshold of a new beginning, no longer waiting for peace to arrive because it already lives within you. The noise has quieted, the fear has dissolved, and what remains is pure strength. The next season won't ask you to prove anything. It will ask you to live as the version of yourself that the fire created. You've walked through darkness and found your own light. That's what this journey was always about, becoming who you were meant to be, not who the world told you to be. The universe has seen your endurance, your quiet faith, your refusal to give up even when everything seemed uncertain. And now, life will start reflecting that energy back to you. The people who enter your path will mirror your growth. The opportunities will feel aligned instead of forced, and the blessings will unfold naturally without struggle. You've earned this calm. You've earned this balance. You've earned the right to breathe without fear. The days ahead will not be perfect, but they will be peaceful. And that peace is the truest sign of victory. What once hurt you now teaches you. What once delayed you now defines you. You're no longer the person who needs to fight for every inch of peace. You are peace. You carry it in your presence, in your voice, in the way you look at the world. That's the final transformation, the realization that your spirit was never broken, only refined. Every test was proof that the light within you cannot be extinguished. So take a deep breath and step forward. The universe has watched you rise in silence, and now it's your time to live in full bloom. Nothing was wasted. Every tear watered the soil of your purpose. Every delay protected what was sacred. The test is over and the lesson is complete. You are not entering a new season. You are becoming it. Walk into your peace and don't look back. The next chapter begins now, and it carries only one truth. You passed. The universe smiles as you step into alignment. No more fear, no more pretending. Only truth, peace, and divine timing unfolding perfectly for you. You made it through the fire and came out gold, pure, steady and ready to shine.